Welcome everyone, and thank you for tuning in to hear my trading and market updates. This is Uncle Frank, and I'm not a financial advisor, nor is any of the content to be construed as financial advice. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. Please remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed the presentation, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you're alerted when I have new information to share. So now let's get into the latest updates. Hey, welcome back everyone. Get comfortable because I have a ton of information to cover about next week. Now, let's kick it off with the attempted coup in Russia. Al from Boston put out a video on it. He's right. It could develop into a swan. A war in Russia or the end of the war in Ukraine would certainly have a huge impact on markets. However, Reuters and Sebastian Gorka have a different take on the matter that I want to share with you. Headline: Russia turmoil to fuel market volatility, flight to safety. From the article: heavily armed Russian mercenaries who advanced most of the way to Moscow began turning back on Saturday, de-escalating a major challenge to President Vladimir Putin's grip on power in a move their leaders said would avoid bloodshed. Now, Sebastian has a different take. You're supposed to believe that this was a real coup, with coup in quotes, and that Yevgeny Prigozhin has, quote, escaped and given asylum in Belarus, a country run by a flunky who worships Putin. Right. And stop calling it Wagner. It's not the 19th century German composer. It's a bunch of mercenaries doing Vlad's dirty work. It's Wagner. Okay. And then there's this tweet that was heard round the world. Breaking: Biden administration quietly drops all charges against Sam Bankman-Fried, the crypto founder, who stole $4 billion and gave half of it to Democrat candidates, is now free as a bird. That was quickly fact-checked by Reuters and Twitter. From Reuters: no charges against FTX ex-CEO Sam Bankman-Fried dropped as of June 22nd. Then Twitter: this is false. 5 charges were deferred to a future trial, and 8 charges remain. Where does Uncle Frank stand? I think this was a test. I think this guy may be ratting. I think they may have a deal. And I think they wanted to test out the public's reaction. Just my 2 cents. Take it or leave it. Now, before I move on from Sam Bankman-Fried and the FTX collapse, let's revisit this headline from December 19, 2022, titled, "One Man Connects FTX, Citadel, and the Crypto Market Crash." Brett Harrison's relationship with Citadel is just one commonality linking it with FTX. Citadel CEO Ken Griffin has been highly critical of the FTX collapse in recent weeks. The Wall Street executive has claimed that FTX is ruining trust among young investors in all markets. However, one executive links Citadel and FTX. From the article: before moving into his position at FTX, Harrison spent 2 years at Citadel Securities, Griffin's market maker company. Here, Harrison took on 2 roles, as head of exchange-traded fund technology and head of semi-systematic technology. In those roles, Harrison would lead Citadel Securities teams in managing quantitative trading strategies and increasing the company's profits through optimization. These skills would lend themselves favorably to Harrison as he departed Citadel Securities right in the middle of its controversial role in the GameStop saga for a job at FTX. Harrison would become the first president of the U.S.-based company, reuniting the executive with Sam Bankman-Fried for the first time since the pair worked at Jane Street together. Ever heard of Jane Street? I don't have to tell you guys. They're one of the short sellers of AMC. There's the 13F. I don't know if you guys have heard, but AMC is back on the New York Stock Exchange list of threshold securities. I remember back in March when it was on there for over 3 weeks, and Adam reached out to FINRA and the exchange concerning our FTD rate. Adam Aron, the CEO of AMC, says his company has been officially named to the threshold list that is reserved for stocks that fail to deliver positions of 10,000 shares or more for 5 consecutive settlement days. Regulators place stocks on the threshold list when they suspect market manipulation, including naked short selling. But don't worry, guys, I'm sure Adam Aron is reaching out. So, Uncle Frank, where is your head these days on this AMC ape trade? Remember, I will never tell you to buy, sell, or hold any stock or cryptocurrency, but I can share what I'm doing. I was a buyer of AMC on Friday as it approached 4, and I'll tell you why. I still own my AMC and ape, and I don't believe the shorts have covered yet. As you know, I'm not selling until I see them cover in earnest, or unless I need money to pay bills. So we have the objections to the special master's report on Wednesday and the hearing on Thursday and Friday. Will it all be resolved by then, or possibly after hours on Friday or next week? I have no idea. What I do know is the smart money will know first. And if you see AMC drop suddenly and ape rally suddenly, that'll be a good indication that the conversion and split is forthcoming. So if the ARB play is correct, then AMC should go sideways or down, and ape rally further up to meet it. Why? Because ape is nothing more than one share of AMC masquerading as a preferred share. While some apes believe the Allegheny case was inspired by the short sellers because they're afraid of the conversion and subsequent split, I find that the funniest thing I've ever heard. Millions and millions of shares of ape will now become AMC, and that's just what the shorts are waiting for, in my opinion. I believe, but can't yet prove, that it was AMC that gave Antara the discounted price on ape, so they would vote exactly the way AMC and the aforementioned short sellers want them to. Uncle Frank is also not a lawyer or a financial crimes investigator. All I know is a settlement offer was made, accepted, and contested. I don't know if you can proceed with this conversion and split if it's proven the vote was rigged. I also don't know if you can vote a preferred share to dilute the common shares without a separate vote. What I do know is RSI gave me a reason to buy AMC on Friday. For those of you that don't know, RSI, or Relative Strength Index, is a momentum indicator used in technical analysis. It measures the speed and magnitude of a security's recent price changes to evaluate overvalued or undervalued conditions in the price of that security. Now, I want to give you some examples from this year where RSI called it on the money. February 6th, it called a perfect top. That's on the left, and you can see by the white arrows that was a significant top. RSI topped out, and I think there were 6, those are 6 red days in a row. So that was a good call. Then on February 14th, RSI bottomed out. It called an excellent bottom on AMC. Then on 2/28, RSI topped up and started to head down, and it called the top over $8 a share back in February, late February, for AMC. Then on 5/5 of this year, it called another top. Now, I want you to look at the yellow arrow, okay? The yellow arrow is pointing to RSI being way down now. Now, I should wait for it to hook up, okay? Once it starts to change direction, but 26.85 is the lowest it's been this entire year of 2023. So I did start nibbling once AMC got down to 4. But this could mean it'll trade right through it, but that's not how I see it. So far, I'm right. After hours on Friday, AMC rose from its closing price of 401 to 4.089, up 1.97%. Now here's a daily chart of AMC showing that RSI hasn't been this low since December of 2023. And AMC's cost to borrow fee seems to be on the rise again. On Friday, topped out at 196.97%. I can also report over the past 24 hours, AMC is in the top 10 in position 8 on the Reddit sentiment and mention tracker with 82 mentions, up 5%. Just ahead, my favorite crypto, XRP. On this slide, I'm going to compare how AMC has been doing over the past 3-6 months versus other companies in the same sector. Now, over the past 3 months, AMC is down 10.29% since March 23rd, but Norwegian Cruise Lines, Adam's old company, they're up 54%. Live Nation, up 34%. Carnival, up 71%. Cinemark, up 22%. But how about over 6 months? AMC down only 8.86, but Norwegian Cruise Line, 49% up. Live Nation, 24. Carnival, 102. Cinemark, up 87% over the past 6 months. Now, AMC finished Friday at $4.01, down 3.84%. The Ape finished at $1.81, down 0.55%, bringing the consolidated price of AMC and Ape to only $5.82, down 2.84% for the day on 26.4 million shares traded. Now, based on that last price of $4.01 on AMC, be expecting support at $3.96, $3.92, and $3.82 to the downside. Expect resistance at points 410, 420, and 424 to the upside. But if you want to know the real reason I bought AMC on Friday is because I hate predatory short hedge funds trying to push it under $4 a share. Like this double chin, pear-shaped loser, Richie Greenfield, who put a 1-cent target on our stock. That's the real reason I bought it. Hey, I want to thank you for watching, and please remember to hit the like button after this slide if you enjoyed the presentation. Subscribe to the channel and set the alert so you're notified when I have new information to share. See you at the bell.